Hello, everyone, and welcome into our Tuesday night Hay Bale and Friends. I am Casey from Ormsby Farm, the Halfway Homestead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch.
And this is Sandy with Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Hello.
Man, I am so excited. I am happy it's Tuesday. I love coming in here and hanging out with you guys. I miss it when I don't. And I will say, like, we didn't do my Thursday night over here with us.
Yeah.
So I've been like itching to get back in here and get live with people. So I am just like, man, I love going live. So I have been excited to be here on Tuesday night. So I hope you guys are all doing great there in the chat. So
I guess people have noticed that it's three of us. Anne is taking a well-deserved night off with her honey.
Yes.
I think they're going out to dinner. They're having a fun old time.
Yes.
But you know what's funny is Anne would have been like, right before we had some sound issues, y'all. Right,
she would have loved it. She would have loved it.
She would have been tripping. And she is the one that keeps us on schedule. Like, all right, y'all, we have 4 minutes. All right, y'all, we have 3 minutes and 45 seconds. All right, y'all, it's time to go. So we do miss Anne. Oh, I'm seeing my eye. We do miss Anne, and we will see her next week. But
yeah.
I think it's my turn, if I can read, because I have something in my eye right now, to say hello to everyone in the chat.
Yes.
And I'm going to try to do it in my best Anne fashion. Okay? So bear with us, y'all. Here we go. Oh, Cynthia Delot, all the way from the Netherlands. Hi, Penny, you sweetie Petey, you. Penny, we do love you. I'm trying to be Anne right now. We do love you.
You should just be you.
Hey. Well, because if I mispronounce a name, I'll just blame it on my Anne.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so we'll do it that way. Yeah. Let's see. Sandy. Oh, Anne Felbeck.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Anne. It's good to see you. We have one Anne in here with us tonight. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Ocean's Homestead. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Jenny. Hi, Jeannie. You came in tonight and you were hoping for our adorable Anne to say hello to you. Instead, you got me. Miss Dallas. Hey, Miss Dallas. Thanks for coming in. Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Hello. Good evening. Lori from It All Adds Up. Just because it all adds up. Oh, that's a cool way of spelling it. I was just kind of because it all. That's a good one. I like that one. New York Gal 333. How are you? Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. I did have a St. Patrick's Day shirt on today for work, because you know the kiddos are all about that and they'll pinch you, and I don't want people pinching.
Right.
So I changed, but I was wearing green, so don't pinch me. Beverly, hi Beverly, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Let's see, scrolling. Troy Sutton, hey Troy Sutton. You know what's funny is Facebook, Falsebook, showed Troy Sutton on me on Facebook. Like it, I guess because Falsebook listens to us. And so when we say his name, it puts it up and I say, you may know this person. I do know that person. It's weird that they suggested it randomly. But
know you.
Lurker Smurf. Hello, Lurker Smurf. How are you?
That's Julie.
Julie. Hi, Julie. Make sure that, it's because we got Miss Sandy leaving tonight, heading back to Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be like 2 billion degrees tomorrow. He doesn't want to stay anymore.
She's like, I'm out.
I'm out. Tamara, Elena Homestead. James at the Shade Tree Cook. Hello. Thanks for coming in. NY Lack. NYL. Nyla C. See, they shouldn't have put me in charge, y'all. This is what happens when you put Casey in charge. BP, how are you? Okay, Monica.
Barbara.
Good.
Barbara.
Okay, We're good. We're good, y'all. We're moving and grooving. Jailbait. Now that one I know. Jailbait and Jackal Outdoors. How are you? Chris Smith.
This picture from a few years ago with her husband was really cute. It was. She posted a picture on her Facebook. I don't know if she did it in YouTube land, but on Facebook today, it was so
Didn't
cute.
she say that was their first date or something? That was the
well, I know it was her first date anniversary, but I'm not sure if that was the actual picture from the first date or not.
Yeah.
But was
still, so cute.
Hi, Chris. How are you, my darling, my dear? Oh, everybody's mod father. Hello, everybody. Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead. Let's see. Hi. I said hi, and hi.
I think you said hi.
I think I did. And let me tell you, we are so grateful that y'all came in tonight and are joining us. Thank you. I tried my hardest on that one. We are so glad that y'all came in. And we have some fun new, well, I'm the only one that knew it. We have some fun new topics on our spinner. Right before we went on, I was like, oh, hey, y'all, the spinner looks different. We're switching it up tonight, by the way.
Yes, we are.
But before we get to the spinners, we're going to jump into Cooking with Casey. And my Cooking with Casey is a little bit different tonight, but I thought it'd be appropriate to do this style as we're heading into the spring. So here's Cooking with Casey. Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Casey here on Hay Bale Friends. So on Cooking with Casey, I usually show you ways that you can lower your grocery bill to get you that $2 to $3 meal. But today's going to be a little bit different because with spring right around the corner, everyone's thinking about spring cleaning. So I wanted to show you on this how to save money and make your own homemade cleaner. I want to show you what I use and why I use it, and we're going to make it together on the video. So let me flip you around so we can go ahead and get started making this cleaner. Alrighty, y'all. So I have everything already in my jar. I did that off camera, and basically what I'm doing is I'm putting some cinnamon sticks in there at the bottom. Cinnamon sticks are antimicrobial. They're a natural disinfectant, and it masks hard odor, such as this vinegar that we're about to cover it with. Next, we have the dehydrated lemons. You can use raw lemons if you want to. I just have a bunch of the dehydrated ones. They are antibacterial, antifungal. They also smell really good. Then I have my dehydrated oranges. Again, I just have a bunch of them. You can use raw, but oranges contain something called D-limonene, and that's going to cut through the grease and the grime and soap scum. So all of that yucky stuff that you're trying to clean off. So now what we're going to do is with white distilled vinegar, we're talking store-bought white vinegar. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just pouring it right over to make sure that I cover all of the things that I have in my jar. This is going to make a super big batch, but with me moving, I will definitely have enough to leave mom some and take some with me. So I'm making sure, as you see, I'm making sure all of my stuff is covered. Over the top, I'll put a little thing in to weigh it down. Let's give it a little splish splash more. We're just going to do this. Fill her up. And now we are good. I'm going to put my top on it. All right, y'all. So now that I have it all together, I poured the vinegar over it. I'm going to give it just a little swooshy, swooshy, shaky shake. And I'm going to set it in a cool, dark place for 3 to 4 weeks. At that 3 to 4 week time, you can go ahead and strain all of the solid pieces out, and you will have this colored liquid gold that can be added half to half. I will put recipe down below and use it for your cleaner. This is really good for countertops, sinks, kitchen stuff, not great for marble. If you do any of your research on it, you know that this kind of stuff, you don't really want to use for that. But inside your sinks, on your countertops, is really good. 50 part of this, 50 part of the water, shake it up in a spray bottle, and you can use it. This will save you a bunch of money, y'all, a bunch. I will leave kind of a breakdown down in the description notes on how much it costs to make this gallon of the cleaning supplies. And y'all, I hope you enjoyed this Cooking with Casey. If you did, be sure to like and share, and let's now go back to Hay Bale Friends.
That was good.
Y'all, I actually decided to, not talk so much and do a shorter video. But I will say, let me say before I go into it, I just want to say a couple hellos because people snuck in as my video was playing. And Heather, hi Heather from Milk and Honey. How are you? Treasure Hunter Neil, hi, how are you? Thanks for coming in. And thank you. I had to put this one up because my shirt from school today. I was feeling it. But no, I really enjoyed making this cleaning product, and I use it all the time. So I make a big giant batch, and Monica's the one that bought me those big giant gallon jars from the Amazon, and they're good for a plethora of things you
Yeah.
can use them for. And yes, I saw a comment that was like, "Did you use dried? What about freeze dried?" Chris, I honestly think, to be completely honest, that the lemons and oranges that I buy are probably freeze dried. I buy them from Amazon. I don't think they're dehydrated. I think they're freeze dried. I don't know for sure, but I'll look more into it. But I've heard that people say that using fresh is better. Sandy, Monica, what do y'all think? Because y'all both have made cleaning supplies. Do y'all like using the fresh fruits?
I don't know about the fresh because I guess I feel like there's liquid, there's water, there's moisture content in the fresh. I don't know. I guess I personally have only used dried.
Me too. Well,
I think both would work.
Yeah.
Do y'all use cinnamon?
No.
Yeah, I've used cinnamon a lot of times.
I've never used cinnamon.
And let me tell you, I learned about cinnamon because I read it on Instagram that if you put a water bottle, okay, so my car was smelling like a little bit of a couple teenage boys playing football. So I was like, I need to get something so my car doesn't smell like stale boy.
Oh, that's
And
hilarious.
instead, use a water bottle and put like 2 or 3 cinnamon sticks in it, leave the top off, and sit it in your car overnight. And when I tell you I left it overnight, and when I came back, there was no smell in my car.
Oh,
And
good.
it made that the properties of cinnamon take away that harsh odor of whatever you use it for. So I completely recommend it now.
That's awesome.
The other day, I have this little plug-in that has wax in my bathroom, has a light, and the heat from the light makes the smell in your bathroom, right? Well, I had it in there too long, but the wax was still good. So I just broke up cinnamon sticks the other day and put them in there.
Oh,
And it
nice.
smelled like cinnamon. And
I
I thought,
love the smell of cinnamon.
Yeah.
So how long does that cleaner usually last you?
Yeah, I saw that. If I make a full gallon and I fill it up to close to the tippy top, I say the tippy top, but close to the tippy top, and I strain it, again, I'm using half to half, the ratio, I can do about 6 months.
Nice.
but Penny's asking what's the shelf life, but really with the vinegar, once it's strained, it would just be like indefinite.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't have solid pieces in there.
And you strain it good. Now I'll tell you, once you get cleaning with it though, Penny, it will be used up quickly because you're like, ooh, that smells so good. Ooh, it works. I'm gonna start using it more. You'll just want to clean more.
So one of the things that's in the comments, and Jennifer noted it and said that store-bought vinegar, white vinegar, is usually made from GMO corn. So if you're trying to avoid that, there's 2 things. One, it says that the distillation process actually removes the GMO proteins. However, the source material is still GMO corn. So the only way that you could really avoid that is making your own, like ACV, make your own apple cider vinegar, make or find GMO project verified, or what does it say, organic white vinegar from the store. That's going to be non-GMO corn. So if you really are wanting to make sure that your vinegar is not GMO, specifically look for that in your labeling. It's important to look at labels if you're interested in that type of thing. So
I will say, because I do buy the organic, I buy it from the Costco or the Sam's Club.
Yeah.
But when I talk about canning and when I talk about making cleaning products, I always recommend buying the store-bought one because you never know, unless you test your homemade one, what your pH level is. And for safety and just for ease of mind, I recommend that you buy the stuff that has already been tested so you know exactly what that pH level is when you're doing something. So that's the only reason why I recommend store-bought. Because I I do know that is what the base product of vinegar is, but I do like to know the pH level.
Yeah.
And I make my vinegars. I make scrap, especially pear or apple scrap vinegar
Yeah.
all the time, but I use that mainly for making dressings and chickens because they don't care about pH.
I've still never made vinegar, so I'm still out of the loop on that one. I've
Oh,
tried.
so easy.
Yeah, I know y'all say that, but it does not come easy for me. Y'all be like, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's not
No,
that easy.
I will tell you before we get to
Everything
scrap.
molds.
No, it's because you need to some company listening to our podcast now, send Monica one of those fermenting stones. You know
I
what I'm
have
talking about?
one. I have one. It's pretty. It's glass and it sits on the top and it pushes everything down.
Yeah.
Then
No,
how are
that's
you molding?
I don't know.
Are you that talented?
Yes, but my hands are clean. They're clean hands. I have no idea. I mean, I can do sourdough. I can do kombucha. I can ferment. I just can't do vinegar.
We're gonna get Monica to do vinegar because again, it's so easy.
I want to do vinegar. I want to deep in my soul.
We're gonna figure it out of why Monica's soul is not doing vinegar.
All right, here we go.
All right, Monica, I think it's your turn tonight. Go ahead and do the 3, 2, 1.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Spin it up. Let's go. We all know it's going to fall on Miss Ann's choice. Oh, what? Prepper Pantry.
Prepper Pantry. That, I have to say, I'm really excited about the topic. I'm over here.
Yeah, well, this is so funny because yesterday morning, my live stream that I have in the morning, I talked about organizing your pantry. And now, and my Friday night challenge is about your pantry. And so we have pantry tonight.
Okay, so what was your Friday night challenge?
The Friday night well, it's coming this Friday. It's on take one of your shelves in your pantry and organize that one shelf.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So anybody that's listening is going to know what my Friday night challenge is.
Well, doggone it.
Spoiler alert! Should we put a big sign up?
Yes, spoiler alert.
Pantry prepping. Prepper.
Okay.
One, I think a lot of people put a connotation or a bad connotation on the word prepper, and they think crazy person that lives in a hole and but that. What I like to do, prepper pantry, and I think Monica, me and you have talked about this, is I don't necessarily prep for 25 plus years. I plan and prep certain things for a year and certain things for 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years, I talk about my grains. I talk about my flours, that kind of stuff. 1 year, and we learned this because I think it was when we had Sandy on many seasons ago, that if you know and you're knowledgeable on growing a garden, there's no reason for you to be prepping salsa for 9 years. Because each year you should know how to grow that tomato, harvest that tomato, prep the salsa, can it, save some seeds, and restart all again in a year.
Right.
So prepper pantry, when you think prepper pantry, Sandy, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think prepper pantry?
Well, I have a big pantry back in Wyoming. And I guess when I think prepper pantry versus just a regular pantry, I think you should have some things in there that will last 20 years. We have some, I think it was from Patriot something. And so there's a little
supply.
So we have some of those containers that, you open them up and it has 12 different meals or whatever it is. It does give you a sense of security if you have some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Have we ever opened them? No. we haven't. But I'm with Casey that there are certain things that how many jars of beans can I can? Now, Monica likes to do it every 2 years, right?
Yeah.
But you just got to figure out what your schedule is. What is your life? And because if all of a sudden you have 100 jars of stewed tomatoes and you're not going to use those in a year, what about your tomatoes that you're growing the next year?
Right.
Mhm.
You just got to be careful and not waste your precious space in your pantry.
Yeah.
What about you, Monica?
I think for me, prepper, just the idea to prepare my pantry is more of seasons for us. So like right now we're in football season and my kids only play flag football for like 3 months of the year. It's two of my boys. And that means that I need quick meals that I can make uh either already they're pre-made or I have something that I can hand Eric in a jar and say here. So for instance, tonight I made dinner before I got in here. But the kids are at practice and Eric won't back home for another hour or so. And when he gets home, he's going to be hungry. So for
Right.
me, the idea is to take something and say, did you get a big lunch, and make sure he has a bigger lunch on Tuesdays and Fridays, for instance, knowing that I have prepared meals in a jar, already cooked leftovers, whether it's taco soup, whether it's beef stew, whether it's whatever it is, it's prepared with our food that he can take with him in a jiff. And so that's what I did last night. I made some extra soups and I prepared that so that I know my boys or my husband can grab it and go. And they can either grab it and take it to work, or they can take it and eat it really fast and then eat it out of the jar on the road as they're,
Sure.
going to practice or whatever. So that is me following the seasons of life. So for me, that's making sure we have meals in there for our busy seasons, which would be right now. And then in the summertime, I try to have some meals in there, like fast, easy, whether it's canned sausages that I can literally dump out into a skillet. And I think that was one of the things Chris and Larry do. They do all the time. When you're eating a lot of carnivore or keto or paleo, having that meat source, that protein ready to go is so helpful. And if you hand your husband or your son or whatever, daughter, a jar of beef sticks or, prepared meat in a jar, and all they have to do is pop it open, they can just eat it on the ride to work or on the ride to fair or on the ride to do whatever. That is so incredibly helpful. So having that prepared and stocked up in my pantry is a really big deal. So for me, that's what I think when I think of proper pantry, at least for us. It's preparing my pantry for those seasons where
Right.
we're going to need fast meals. Really.
Excellent.
Yeah. What about you, Casey? What are you thinking? You're thinking the 5 years and the 3 years and the 1 year, but like beyond that, what do you do in your pantry? Like, what else are you prepping?
Now, I will say that I do have what Sandy was saying. Do I have some of those big jugs that are the 25 plus years?
Yeah.
I'm an Augustin Farm kind of boy. I know some people are not a fan of them. Some people are. Whatever it is, we can still be friends. I do have those in my pantry, but I do think certain things, as in like my 3 and 5 years, are always going to be my rice, my flour,
Yeah.
oats,
Yeah.
cornmeal, that kind of stuff that I get from Augustin Farm. I freeze 24 to 48 hours to make sure there's no bugs. I vacuum seal it. That's good. But I'm with you, Monica. I am on my seasons. When I'm in August-ish, my canning thoughts are, how am I prepping for the winter? Am I canning?
Right.
Am I canning stews? Am I canning potatoes? And then when I have time, I go back to my tomatoes because I mainly do diced tomatoes and salsa for that following summer.
Yeah.
When everything is growing and getting ready, not summer, more spring.
Yeah.
So I'm planning, okay, I'm doing the fall canning season is prepping for the winter.
Yeah.
Right.
When I'm in the winter, I'm canning odds and ends, maybe beans, maybe leftovers. Maybe I'm canning some juices that have been stuck in my freezer. Some fruit has been stuck in my
Right.
freezer that I want to do. And then right at the beginning of spring, right now, mid-March is when I'm like, all right, I got to get all them tomatoes out of my freezer because they're blocking up a lot of space.
Yeah.
We get this chicken that's been in my freezer forever and a day, and I need to start canning up these little odds and ends. So
Yeah.
that my freezer space is ready for canning or for growing season.
Yeah.
Growing season comes fast, and any homesteader knows you put in the plants, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have so many. What do I do?
Yeah.
I
It's
throw it in
true.
the freezer.
Yeah.
And I figure about it, I figure it out maybe December when
Yeah.
I have nothing else to do. But
Well, you made a good point. Cleaning out your freezer space too. Like I just put in, I think I put in over 50 eggs, American breast eggs. And I got a brand new incubator. It's over here. It's beautiful. Video to
wait,
follow.
hold on. You said, you're incubating 50
Yes.
breasts?
Yeah. American breast. And I've got 40 Cornish coming in like 2 weeks.
I just have to say, Monica.
I went to Jake's house. So I stopped over at Jake down at, I drove like an hour and some change, went to Jake's house. He left this big bucket of American breast eggs. And I was like, he's like, take what you want. And I was like, I'm going to take the whole thing. I'll pack that thing up, put it in the shit. He's like, they're only like 3 days old. I'm like, bet. So I came home and then I realized that one of my incubators, my favorite one, my biggest one, and the oldest one that's about 6 years old or 7 years old now is completely dead. Like dead as a doornail dead. And I'm like, kind of need that. So I got a new incubator. It holds 48 eggs. I have filled that up. And then I also am incubating about 27 turkey eggs at the time. So right now we are in meat season for us. We've got meat birds, we've got turkeys, we've got pork that's coming in the next 2 weeks. So when you said that in your freezers, I just remembered I'm going to be doing that. Like literally, this is the season. We don't have any beef coming yet, but the minute I get pork on the hook, like I took them in last weekend, I've got to now be cleaning out every bit of pork that I have in my freezers now, putting it into my pantry because I need it to be shelf stable. Because if it hasn't been eaten since the last round, I want it gone because I don't want to have old pork in there. I want to get it put into either a recipe or in there as it is. So yeah, but I know these chickens are going to grow fast and I'm going to need to be putting them in jars, getting them in. And also at the same exact time, my meat rabbits are going to be ready to process, which is the end of May. I just realized my
more jars.
I have like literally 16 baby bunnies right now that are going to be ready to be processed at the end of May also. Eric hasn't seen the time schedule yet. And I just realized that's all happening the last weekend of May.
Let me tell you, I've noticed, I know that our dear friends over at Naked Gardeners have said 16, 17 weeks. But what I have noticed for how I do it, now I don't let mine free range as much as, Sydney and Tori do.
I'm going to be letting mine.
I have noticed it's more closer to like 19 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
size.
I'm going to be staggering those American breasts because I'm going to have to do 40 meat birds.
That's what I'm saying, friend. You got 5 months. You got 20. What is it? 21 days from whenever you put it in. We won't say it because Eric may be listening.
I'm going to be staggering. I'm going to be staggering. No, he is fully aware of my purchase and this new incubator. I'm going to tell you right now, my new incubator is gorgeous. It was less than $100, and it holds 48 eggs. It is beautiful. It has worked like a charm. I am so excited. I am hoping I get a good hatch rate. And so I'm going to be posting all about it.
Storefront.
It is not there yet, but it's about to be there by tonight. So, but I am very excited about that. I will share with you the incubator information next week. But
awesome.
Yeah. That whole season of like getting stuff out of your freezer, because it will get freezer burn. Things will get old in your freezer. You can't keep everything in your freezer. Yeah, there you go. Tamara said, I just did a freezer cleanup, rearranged the shelves, and we went to a local butcher and stocked up on pork and beef. And I think I saw Jersey Dolphin say something about my farm meats of selling. I will let you know because I had 3 pigs go in and those pigs were kind of smallish. And I told Eric, I was like, I am not going to be selling a lot of this meat because I am going to need it. But by the end of the year, I will be selling pork and beef again. We don't have a cow to go in for a while, but I'll let you know. But yeah, I'm going to have to clean out my freezers.
Well, for me cleaning out freezers, because I'm moving, I'm like, I need to clean it out now. Because me and Marcus had already talked about, okay, what meats do we need to get ready to put in the freezer once it's moved? Pork, because for some reason he decides to raise like 40 piglets at a time and then processes them all 40 at the same time. And then there's like 4,000 pounds of pork sitting in the freezer.
Yeah.
But
you need to be selling those pigs.
We do. Are you listening? Listen to Monica. I keep telling
Marcus.
But if you don't have time to create these elaborate soups and stuff, one thing that I've also done is I have freezer dumped in some jars. I've thrown veggies in a jar.
Oh yeah.
And you always want pressure canning. Pressure can the longest time. So let's a bunch of veggies and chicken in there. Yep. Just do it for the 90 minutes for quarts. Then you're safe. And then figure out seasonings later. Just fill it up with water.
Might as well.
Put them in a jar and get them out of your freezers. And that's how you can prep to have your prepper pantry. Because when you think prepper, you think, well, I don't know if everybody thinks this way. Maybe just me. But you think off-grid. You think they're, how can you be shelf-stable prepper, tinfoil hat, prepper pantry? Yeah? And that's with canned food. Canned chicken, canned meats, canned beans, canned soups.
Right.
Who is a canned meat person? Hello, my name is Casey. I have a problem.
Yeah, I can all my meats.
I like it. I think it's easier when you're ready to cook.
It's so easy. It's fast, and it's like simple.
Yes.
I'm amazed.
Yeah.
You don't even have to. You don't even have to add like seasoning or salt or anything. You're literally just canning it for use going forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Like chicken. I literally will put 4 chicken legs raw, not cooked, nothing. We're just talking raw chicken legs, stuff it in a quart jar.
Yeah.
No water.
Right.
Lid, ring, 90 minutes.
Yes.
And it's that. Now, does it look pretty? No. Just don't look at it. Close your eyes and eat it. You'll be fine.
Okay, so there's a few questions. So Ginger asked about hold on, I missed it. Ginger asked any way to preserve sugar snap peas.
I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Sandy.
And then Milk and Honey Heritage. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Could can them. You could can them.
Can you? Oh, I guess you can.
Why not? Why not? You can can any kind of peas.
Can you can them in the snap, in the shell, in the snap?
I would think so.
I mean, yeah, right.
Isn't it the only thing that you're really worried about when you're worrying about the skin of any peas is that horrible word botulism? And I have done so many video research now about botulism. It's very interesting. If botulism is there, it's there when you pull it out of your garden. And it's learning the proper ways of canning. So if you're canning these snap peas the way you're supposed to, the timing you're supposed to, being sanitized and making sure that it seals, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah. I would think that that's possible.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I was about to say, don't quote me on that one. But
well, I think there was another thing too. Heather was mentioning that she in the pod. There you go, Jennifer Ocean said in the pod. If you can keep it in the pod. One of the things Heather does, and a few other people do, is they have a whiteboard on their freezer, and they keep track of what's in their freezer.
Oh yeah,
that's a great way to keep track of what's in your pantry.
I pulled up some information. I'm going to put it in the chat. And it says that, yes, you can do it, but freezing is usually the preferred way to do sugar peas.
Probably texture wise. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Very soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Very
will say that I
interesting.
do love some freezing, vacuum sealing and freezing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking bad about it.
Yeah. Okay, so Nyla, I don't know if we saw this or not, but Nyla did make a comment earlier that I think you started, Casey, so we can bring it up. If you're using store-bought apples or pears to use for scrap vinegar, they have wax on them. If you're not washing the skins well, that can also cause mold. So when I've made my apple scrap vinegar that I'm trying to do, I am using store-bought apples. And I mean, I think
Oh.
I wash them off, but I don't know how well I need, like, how well do I need to scrub them jokers? And when I've done pear scrap vinegar, I've used homemade, like grown pears that I got from my sister's tree and then like
Mhm.
from a neighbor, but it wasn't treated. But I mean, I washed them, but that one molded for sure. My pear stuff, that one was ugly molded, but the
Oh.
apple stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not washing it. What's the best way to like clean those apple peels to make sure that I'm getting that wax off? Is it like a peroxide bath?
Sandy?
Well, I rarely buy apples from the store or
Well,
pears.
that's because you have like 150 apple trees.
But one thing that might be happening, Monica, is maybe your apples and your pears are sitting too long.
Oh, okay. That's true,
Because,
actually.
because if it goes through this process and it has different smells when you're making apple cider vinegar or pear vinegar. And if you left it too long, I could see that it could mold. You
So
you
how
haven't
long is
strained it.
too
It
long?
it needs to have that sweet vinegary kind of flavor, that scent.
Mhm.
And sometimes just tasting it, opening it up and tasting it, well, put it on some bread. Then it won't be so powerful.
Oh, no.
Just a touch.
Okay,
And if it has that, because it should still be sweet because those are
okay.
fruits.
Yeah,
But like if you go too long, all of a sudden it'll start to mold. The fruit flies will be just like crazy about it. They'll try to get in.
yeah.
That's what I would bet. But
Wonder.
back to the question of what should you do to wash it, you need some. I mean, you could use some kind of soap. I don't know why you couldn't use vinegar
That's what I use when I
to
clean my
break,
usually
to
only
break down that wax.
Mhm.
I
So
wouldn't
when
use
I'm
Dawn
putting
soap.
no,
I wouldn't
no.
use Dawn because that's detergent.
Yeah,
Most
no,
don't use anything that's a detergent.
no.
But if you can find a nice soap, I could see you do that. But really vinegar I'd probably use.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I try to wash them off. I mean, I like rinse them off really good and kind of rub them off. And I don't know, because I don't eat apples like that as much. I usually, if I'm going to make, when I've tried in the past, I've done it like 3 or 4 times. I have used apples that my kids were like, I'm done with these. I'm not going to eat these apples. They're getting, I ate one of them yesterday. They were getting a little soft. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'll make something out of the skins and I'll take the insides and make
Mhm.
some sort of applesauce or something out of them.
Yeah.
Then I've taken the skins and then I've taken the insides and I've done separate things with it. And then use the cores. I actually think I've used the cores too before. For the vinegar, like I've tried to use the vinegar, the cores. I don't know if
Mhm.
I've done that right, but I've used it thinking I could do all of it, right? All the scraps. And then, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really worked.
Yeah. I like the vinegar better without the cores, but
Okay.
that's just a personal preference.
Yeah.
Heather says baking soda water bath will take that
Oh,
wax off.
baking soda. That's genius. I don't know why I never thought about that.
Yeah, I could see that working very well.
And I'll tell you why I can't pull the comments down. My computer's acting crazy. Okay. When we get back, because we are going to go to Anne's Angles, I will talk about the vinegar bath and how simple it really is. And I'm sure the baking soda bath is the same way.
Okay.
First, even though Anne's not with us tonight, let's go ahead and do an Anne's Angle, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the bathing of the apples.
Hello, everyone from Hay Bale and Friends. We're tickled that you're here today. It's early, for me this morning, and I'm not a morning person, and I'm trying to get my coffee in, and that's kind of what Anne's angle is about today. I'm just waking up, and I'm not really a human being until about 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's not 9 o'clock in the morning because we have to travel today about 3 hours for a doctor's appointment. And after, we have a little fun planned afterwards. And it's not a serious doctor's appointment. It's not going to take very long, nothing invasive or anything like that. But I don't want to. I just don't feel like it today. Then I got to reading some things, and it said, you might not feel like it. Do it anyway. You might not want to. Do it anyway. You might put off and hum and haw about things, but your future self is going to thank you for bucking it up and doing it. Now, there are some things that we don't have to do if we don't want to. This is one that is not one of those things. We don't particularly have a choice. So I just wanted to let you know that you and I are human. We struggle through doing things that we need to do, but my future self is going to thank me. I'll be glad in the end. I need to choose my attitude today because I can make myself miserable and everyone around me, or I can go with the flow, stay a little quiet till I get a little more coffee in. And if I gotta go, I may as well make the very best of the situation, right? That's what I'm gonna do. There's Anne's angle for you today. Make the best of wherever or whatever situation you can go to because your future self is gonna thank you. All right. I love you guys. I hope to see you tonight. I'm not sure because we may still be on the road, but know that I love you. And thanks for being at Hay Bale and Friends.
She's so precious.
I love
I
it.
just love the Anne's angle.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, knowing, and it's so funny because every time I listen to Anne's angles, usually something in my life in the next day or two
Yep.
refers me back to it, and I hear her southern voice in my head. That's like, Casey, suck it up, buttercup, and deal with it. And that's why we love Anne's angles. So
Love
that
it.
was Anne's angles tonight. We adore her. We will see her next week. But going back, because I wanted to pull up some of the comments that were started. Now, Monica,
Yes.
I do mine in a vinegar bath. I always do it pretty new. I, like Sandy, don't usually buy store-bought because either friends have apples that I go and pick off of their tree, or back at the farm I have the pears. I usually can and prep pretty close to that day of picking.
Okay.
It could be an older apple thing.
Okay.
I did see James ask, could it be the seeds? I don't know. I would say that's a Sandy question.
I don't think it can be the seeds. But if you're buying store-bought apples, you know, they have that wax on there, but they also, there's a lot of spraying going on.
Mhm.
And, you know, you got that top stem, you got that where the blossom was on the end. I'm wondering if it could hold some of that chemical in there.
Okay.
But honestly, I have just always loved my vinegar better without the core inside. Now
Okay.
I know people that will break the core and take the seeds out and make their apple cider vinegar. But there's plenty of people that leave the seeds in there. But out of the conversation, I would say probably you're waiting too long to strain.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long is too long? I went while we were on Anne's Angle, and I got my pear scrap vinegar.
Okay.
Mhm.
This is what it looks like. It's got all
Okay.
that junk at the bottom.
Mhm.
Got my little, I've been shaking. I shook it around a little bit. So it doesn't smell like vinegar, kind of. It smells kind of sweet, but it's got that thing at the top, like, my glass piece. I
Mhm.
can't get it, but it's got the glass piece at the top. Say this piece
Right. Right.
that I kept on it. Kind of smells weird. I don't
What
know.
about, do you see
How
any
long?
mother forming?
Did I see what?
Any mother forming?
No.
No. Um. The unless she would have put in some
I
vinegar
didn't put
from.
any, I only put, so it was pears and my purified water, like my
Mhm.
completely, like, from my water purifier. I have a Sim Pure, so I have purified water, and it was like right into it. Water and pears, that's it. And these pears were not store bought. These were from ones I got from my sister that we went and picked off the tree.
How
When
long?
are,
How long has it been in there?
when are
Those
pears in
pears.
season?
Like late fall?
So they've been in there a long time.
Well, we were talking about, I remembered I had it, but it smells kind of weirdish.
Because they've been in there
Yeah.
But it
since.
smells. My hands are clean, Miss Ann. Miss Ann Philbeck said hands might not be clean. I just washed them before I came back. But
Now,
Oh
I'm confused. Sandy, do you not put sugar in yours?
no.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
you don't?
No.
I
No.
always do.
No. I if I have old vinegar that I've made, I like to add some of that to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I am not sure I would drink that.
I put my
Use that.
finger in it and touched it to my tongue. It's gross.
Because that's a long time for those pears to be in there.
I'm gonna die. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
See
It's
you in
probably.
heaven.
Do you burp it when it's in those jars when you start?
I'm gonna be honest. I put this up there, and I thought it was so fun for like a week, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, I did so. And after like a week, I forgot it was there.
Honestly, I dump it. Sorry.
Now,
I'm gonna do it.
Sandy, tell me if I'm wrong. Because now I learned doing vinegar from another YouTuber.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
When I did my scrap,
Yeah.
now I'm a core person. I leave my cores in, so
Okay.
that could always be a controversial topic.
Okay.
I always do my water, whatever parts water and sugar, and a splash of my vinegar that has the mother in it. But I
Mhm.
don't put a hard top on. I put coffee filter in the ring.
Yeah, a lot of people will do that, or they'll use gauze or something so that it's still breathing, so that
Until I
you're not.
strain the hard parts out, and
Yeah.
then I'll put the hard top on.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I use this is the first one I used a hard top on, because the other ones I've done was I had a clean, yes, they contain cyanide. Yes. My clean one, oh no, they contain arsenic, right? Or arsenic or cyanide, arsenic. Anyway, I used a clean, like from the like middle of the pack of coffee filters, and I would put coffee filter on it, and like I said, and when I say clean, I mean like I literally peeled it from the center pack so that it like
Uh-huh.
wasn't sitting on top or on them, and I would rubber band it. Yeah, rubber band, clean coffee filter, but it seemed like it like dried out and then mold was growing, and I'm like, come on. I did that like 2 or 3 times, and each time I had something cloth wise on top, nothing happened. It just got gross. So I don't
Did
know.
you have your weight to weight your fruit down?
You know what? I think one time I had my weight. The other 2 times I didn't have the weight. This is the second time I've had the weight. So one time I did. And I don't know if I had
Was
cloth
it a
filter.
clean weight?
Yes. Clean weight. I like washed it, not with Dawn though, but with like my expensive all natural cleaner.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to start over.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that you have, huh?
No, I put my finger in just now. It was gross. If I'm dead tomorrow, y'all can tell Eric it's because I took a little dip in here and tried this.
because I have noticed when I do vinegars, it's a lot quicker, quicker
Yeah.
than vodka leaves. Like I even have done.
It's in a dark cabinet too. Like it's in the like high shelf where I don't see. If it's above my eyesight, I don't care about it.
Cool dark.
And it's cool dark. We call it the large pantry. And that's where my refrigerator, my extra refrigerator is. Yes, I might have more than one refrigerator in my house, people. I have a big family. So it's where my extra refrigerator is. It's above my eye level. It's like at the 6-foot kid's eye level. And I don't get up there. Like I don't, whatever. If it's above my face, I don't care about it. I don't see it. That's where like all the extra stuff goes.
Okay. So you want to start again.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to, if you're buying the store-bought apples, you're going to wash them with your
Baking soda,
vinegar, whatever you're going to use.
I was going to say, Glenda said something too about that. I'm trying to find. Oh, here it is. Trader Joe's sells a fruit veggie wash if you're wanting to purchase one.
Perfect. Okay. So I can find some wash. Get my skins clean.
Yeah. I mean, you can use, you can use the apple. It doesn't have to just be the skins. People just want to use the apple for something else and they have that skin left over, but you could use the apple itself. Don't put the core in. Since you're having trouble.
No core.
Don't put the core. Just do your peels.
Okay.
You're gonna put your water in it. If you have some vinegar, even if it's Bragg's vinegar, just to help start it a little bit.
Just
Bragg's
splash.
with leather. Yeah, just put some in there.
Okay.
If you're gonna put a solid lid on, you're gonna have to burp it a couple times a day, really.
Okay.
If you're putting the cloth on or the coffee filter, it will do it itself. Or you can have your jar. Do you have any of those airlocks?
You know what? I actually might have an airlock thing. I feel like I remember getting those before or something else. So I might actually have something here.
Because that's an option for you too.
Yeah.
The warmer your house is, the faster it's going to work.
Okay.
The cooler your house is, it's going to take longer to make that vinegar. But you got to be watching it all the time, Monica. You can't have it up on the 6-foot shelf. Leave it on your counter. Even if you just put a dish towel over top of it, so you don't have to look at it.
Yeah.
And then it's just a process of waiting. But like fruit that comes off the trees, they have this natural bloom. It's basically a natural yeast that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times when you're buying the store-bought, unless you're buying some kind of organic, even the organic, they're still spraying a certain amount.
Okay.
So just be careful what you're using, because you're going to use, especially if you want to use that vinegar, not for cleaning, but for your dressings. Like Casey makes a lot of dressings. There's a lot of recipes that ask for vinegar. So you want it to be really good. And then say it's a month, see what it smells like.
Okay.
And then every week, and it all of a sudden it gets a sweet smell in there, and it's just fabulous.
So you'll know. You kind of know.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's sweet, and then it's turned into this sweet vinegar, and I'm dumping my fruit out. I don't care how long it's been.
Okay.
So
okay, that makes sense.
I will say, also, Monica, recommendation for you: if you don't know someone around you that has an apple tree, y'all have pear trees. I have noticed that when I get stuff from Azure Standard, even though I'm purchasing those apples, most of the time they are not sprayed and or have the wax on them. I've had the best luck with Azure Standard organic apples when I purchase. And you can get them off season. When you find off apple season, you can get a really good price on apples and stock up multiple things. So you're doing your vinegars, you're doing your applesauce, you're doing your apple butters, you're doing all of that.
Okay.
So just a recommendation for you and Kat.
Okay, so the topic tonight was prepper pantry, and the idea is that you can still make vinegar and prepare your pantry. You can make vinegars, you can make vanillas. Making your own homemade things actually will help prepare your pantry for later, because you don't have to worry about buying it. If you know how to make vinegars that you cook with, and somebody had asked, Chris Smith had said, what do you use apple cider vinegar for? I've never bought it before. I mean, I use it for my barbecue sauce, homemade barbecue sauce. I use it in other things. What do
I
you
use
guys
fire
have?
cider.
Dressing, fire cider, dressings.
Dressings.
Yeah, but there's some really great books out there that are like fermenting books that will give you
Yeah.
information on little tricks. And then they have recipes that you're using that apple cider vinegar or your pear vinegar all
Yeah.
the time. And you can always drink a shot of it. It's good for your system.
Blood
Yeah.
pressure kind of feel. I will
Yeah.
say I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional, but I have used it before when I feel, you can feel in your body when your blood pressure is getting high, when somebody is annoying you and the blood is just boiling. Take a good old shot of mother in apple cider vinegar. You can.
Okay, Case.
I got it. I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, vinegar actually can be used to tenderize meats as well. That's awesome.
We've had a lot of meanies in our chat tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking and I'm trying to see where they're coming from, if they're coming from my channel or not. And I'm like a little nervous. I'm like, why are people coming at us?
I don't know. We got a lot of channels on tonight. But as we're talking about these suggestions, another suggestion that we always like to get every single week is Miss Sandy's suggestions. And she's talking about some fun stuff tonight. So here we go. Before we go into our Amazon storefront and all that fun stuff, let's talk about Sandy's suggestions.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Hay Bale Friends, and this is Sandy's suggestion. So I'm at the base of one of my citrus trees, and you can do this with any of your fruit trees. So let's turn the camera, and I have nasturtiums growing at the base of the fruit tree. And you can do this with apples, peaches, pears, citrus. The nice thing about nasturtiums, it makes a living mulch. The bees will love the flowers. But also, you can eat these flowers. Seriously, you can literally eat them. They are kind of peppery tasting. They come in a lot of different colors, but see how the bees just love them. Look at all that pollen on that bee's legs. So my suggestion for you today, put some ground cover underneath your trees. That's a living mulch. And later on, it'll just die back. They'll reseed themselves, and they'll come up every single year. Have a great day.
Now that was a good one. Now I have never thought of that, but that makes so much sense.
Some of them I have like daffodils underneath.
Oh, I love
Some of
that.
them I have garlic. If I have a tree that's a little more prone to aphids, I'm doing some kind of allium, so garlic or onions or something under there because they don't like that smell. And anything that can make your fruit trees grow better.
I like that. That's awesome.
And I think that was somehow I do it perfectly every single week. Match the suggestions with what our topic is. This is a great way to make sure that your plants, your trees, are prepared for your prep pantry. I'm making sure that they are taken care of with that living mulch. I mean,
that's great.
What's the thing that's called when you plant the 3 different plants together and it does the shade?
Three sisters.
3 sisters. It's kind of that same mindset, I think, of making sure that the roots and stuff, since the trees come back every single year, making sure it's protected down to the root level.
Some people will plant like comfrey, or they'll plant different herbs. Some people plant strawberries. We in America, we went through this season and they didn't want you to plant anything under your apple trees. But the apple trees did not grow as well.
Wow.
And so, you just got to have things growing, or in the rows in between your apple trees, flowers or vegetables or herbs or something, and it brings those pollinators in and it brings the birds in, and all of a sudden that ecosystem is more balanced, and so you're not fighting, you're working with nature.
Now, question for a friend. If you are growing your fruit trees in pots, big pots, can you still do the nasturtium or the comfrey or that kind of stuff in a pot on the bottom? Or is that a little too much?
It would really depend on the size of that pot, because those roots, it won't take that long before they're going to fill up that container, that pot that you have. And you don't want it to take the nutrients and take the water that that fruit tree needs. So I would be more prone to just mulch.
Just mulch on your pot. Or just go ahead and plant it in the ground.
Yeah, well, you should, because eventually those roots start to curl. And even though you plant them in that thing, they have a memory and they still want to curl. A fruit tree has, when you look at the stalk, the trunk, we'll talk about that at a different time. That would be a whole discussion on
that would be a good one.
roots. And so,
I was about to say, I think we just may have added something to our spinner.
Our spinner wheel. That's a good one. Well, speaking of spinning, or at least something happening different, are we trying to do a giveaway?
We are. And I am trying to pull it up as we speak.
Ooh.
And
purple dead nettle under all my apple trees. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you making a word? What is the word?
Well, I have to show it and not tell you.
I'm excited. Come
so
on.
For me to just show. Because of.
Don't forget that if you, because of Sandy.
What?
Because, so this word is for you. Are you pulling it up? Don't forget that if you win tonight, there you go. Living mulch. That's a good one. Okay, so don't forget that if you win tonight, you need to make sure that you email Hay Bale and Friends. You need to email us at Round the Hay Bale. I think it's, you're going to put that email up too, Casey. I'm sorry. There you go. roundthehaybale@gmail.com. You got to email telling us that you won on St. Patrick's Day. That way we can make sure we send you your gift card. If you don't email us, we will probably forget. And we don't want to forget you because we care about you and we love you. So type in hashtag living mulch. It can be on any of the channels. Just type it in like you see it and we're good to go. So yeah, because you want to win a $10 gift card. Everybody wants a $10 gift card.
Yeah.
$10 is $10. That's some good stuff.
And speaking of the gift cards and Amazon, anytime that we say something or recommend a product, 99.9% of the time, it is in our Amazon storefront.
Yep.
And what you can do when this puller is not on the screen is you can scan the QR code and it takes you to our Linktree link.
Yes.
And then it says like Monica's storefront, Sandy's storefront, Casey's storefront, soon to be Ann's storefront.
Eventually.
And you go in there and it doesn't cost you any more money, but all of the things that we recommend are usually in there. And that's a great way of you're listening to it. You're like, ooh, I really liked the sound of that product. Or I liked that Monica uses that glass clean fermenting tool. I wonder where I can get it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a sign that Monica should put that in her storefront.
This actually might be in my storefront. I'm gonna have to go look and see. But I had them for years when I tried to make. That's another thing that I can't make is sauerkraut. I have tried.
What?
And I have tried. And every time I try to make sauerkraut, it comes out bad. It's either molded or I don't know. It's not been good. So I have a friend that I met through my Bible study, my kids' Bible study. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've perfected the art of sauerkraut. She's like, it's the only thing I can ferment. And I'm like, we need a class. I need you to teach me hands-on because I'm doing horrible at it. So, hey, Alicia.
Hi.
So, yes. So I am needing some help with some of that fermenting stuff. I mean, I know how to make kombucha for crying out loud. I just need, I can make kombucha. I can make the ginger bug. I can make the drinks. I just can't make the other stuff. Probably she left it for a year.
And we just say true story.
I may have left it for some time. See, normally I either mess with stuff too much because I'm also a sniffer. Like if I put something away, I'm always like, and I'm always sniffing stuff. And if I don't like the way it smells, it's gone. It's getting gone. I don't like it. If it doesn't smell good, it's gone.
She'll like, do the finger test.
I'm a sniffer, and yes, and I touch stuff. So yeah, if it's been sitting there too long, usually I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna throw it away. If it smells funky,
vinegar that's been there since pear season 2024.
No, 2025. It's not been that long. Use salt without anti-caking agents and non-iodized. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, I was about to say.
I don't use. I use like specific salt when I'm using it. Like I do pay attention to that.
Maybe we should do a whole. I think we should add vinegars onto our spinner.
I've been trying to get you all to teach me how to make vinegar for years.
I love vinegar.
Actually, just do it.
Well, Monica, do you want to count us down to draw?
Yes. All right, here we go. We can't get 20. It's still at 19. It's just sitting there. Any more? One more? Any more? One more. Thank you, Miss Ann. Thank you. Yes, Bob. Yes. All right. We're just going for it. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Let's see. Who? Wow! Yay.
Hey.
You are not going to get just the Amazon. I'm going to send you this jar of no. Just joking.
Oh, you're a winner.
I wouldn't do that to you. Congratulations, Miss Lazy Days Ahead. Great job.
That's fun.
That is fun, right?
And I know we all know she needs that gift card because she uses Amazon a lot. So it's helpful.
To help a lot of us out.
that $10 will go right back to someone else. Jesse will never see that.
No.
Oh, he's saying rigged.
He said rigged. Well, honestly, I was expecting it to say Tamara. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying.
Me too. L&L Homestead. I was ready for it.
One of the Tamaras. Okay. He said rigged and all the ones. Yes. Amazon's my friend. Like, I get it. Trust me. I get it.
Same. I know them personally now. My delivery driver.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Casey, great video last week.
Well, before we leave, I do believe we should spend a moment with me.
Yes.
And then we can say goodbye.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Okay, guys. So this week we kind of learned some stuff at our Sunday school this week, and it really stuck with me. And so I just wanted to remind you today that wherever you're at in life, sometimes where you're at is important to be there, not because where you thought you didn't really think you were going to get there the way you're there, but you're there for right now. And let me explain. So back in the Bible, and I'm always going to take you back to the Bible because it's one of my favorite things, but Jesus was hanging out with his friends, and one of his very best guys, one of his very best friends in the whole wide world died. And Lazarus was dead, and he was thrown in a tomb, and his sisters were flipping out. I mean, they were like super upset, and they were like, y'all need to go let Jesus know. Our brother's dead. He is super dead. He is dead. And Jesus is like, guys, I get it. He's dead. And so if you go back and you look at the book of John, he understands. He says to his friends that he's with, I get it. He's dead. We're going to go. So finally, a couple of days later, actually on day 4 of Lazarus being dead, he goes back. And when he gets there, everybody's like, kind of upset. And people are saying, look, before he leaves, actually, he says to his friends, he says, look, guys, Lazarus died. And he says in verse 15, and I'm glad for your sakes that I wasn't there, so you would believe, but let's go to him. So he says to them, I'm glad that I wasn't there. Let's go now. So on day 4, they go back. And at day 4, Lazarus' body is now starting to corrupt. It's now starting to decay. And his body is starting to kind of stinkish. And his sister points that out when Jesus shows up with his posse of guys. And she's flipping out. And she's like, I'm super upset. And he's like, look, it's going to be fine. So they roll the stone away. And Martha, again, she's his, that's his sister. So they roll the stone away. And Jesus said, look, didn't I tell you back then, if you would just believe you're going to see God's glory, you would see God's glory. So they took the stone away, and Jesus looked up to heaven and prayed. And he said to God, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. And then he says in verse 42, but I knew that you always hear me. Nevertheless, because of the people standing around, I'm going to say it so that they might believe that you sent me. So Jesus is here. He's standing in front of the stone. The stone is rolled away. He's standing in front of this crowd of people. And again, he says, I'm doing this so that these people believe who I am. And so they didn't want to be in this situation. And Jesus really probably didn't want to be in this situation with his best friend dying, but he brings Lazarus out from the grave and he walks again and he's back to life. And this all relates to us because we know that we're in situations sometimes that we don't want to be in, but Jesus does things so that we will believe in him. He allows us to be through things and get through things in life every day. And some things are way worse than others, but he does this so that we would truly believe in him and the miracles and the things that he can do for us. So if we just trust him and realize that he is in control, he's going to show us. And he may not raise Lazarus from the dead in our lives every day. He may not do these big, big miracles in our lives every day, but we have to remember that just because we don't think it's something big doesn't mean it doesn't matter. So wherever you are in your day, wherever you are in your week, just know that God has you there for a reason. And you may not see Lazarus get up from his stone and walk to you, but there's simple things happening around you, and God is doing everything for you so that you might believe more in him each day and find out more how he wants to act how he wants to show up in your life. So just trust. He's got you. Have a good week. Yeah, that was a good one. It hit me twice. He said in John 11 both times. He said, "Guys, I'm doing this so you guys will believe." Like parents, He's like, "Hello, I'm only doing this so you guys would see me." So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how God has to keep telling us the same thing over and over and over each
That
day.
was a good one, Monica.
Well, I hope everybody out there has a wonderful week. And we are so thankful that you're here. Don't forget to check out all the different lives that we're a part of throughout the week. Sandy's showing up several times during the week. I know. How many times are you live a week, Sandy? Mondays?
Well, Monday mornings and Thursday nights. Though this week, since I'll be traveling, I won't have it till Saturday.
There you go. Well, keep hanging out with Sandy and looking for her challenges because that's always so much fun to have a challenge. Casey's back and forth. Yeah, Casey's back and forth. He's doing his little thing. He's trying to move. So
I'm back in May. I'm back in May live.
Keep going back and watching his stuff because he's going to be showing up again. And we're usually around somewhere during the week, and we try to show up on Thursday nights if we can get our butts here in the room. So have a great and wonderful week, everybody. And we hope to see you back here next Tuesday around the hay bale, joining us. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.